Yeah.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. My name is Susan LaCroix. This is my absolutely stunning daughter, Julie. And today is Sunday, September 10th.
We
Yes.
have a new catalog. Oh, literally the day before we moved Claire in, the catalog launched. And so it was especially crazy around here trying to do all the last minute things and being gone. And trying to take care of orders and everything else. So I still just feel like a little bit dizzy and like trying to figure out what I'm doing and get ready for for everything. But I'm so excited about the new catalog. And we get to open it up and share the inside pages with you. And so we've already been sharing some things from the catalog already. And so we're excited to just continue doing that and keep diving in and showing you some fun things. So in addition to the catalog release on last Wednesday on the 6th, we also had a release of some special designer paper. And this isn't printed in the catalog, but released on the same day. And so we're excited to use a little bit of that today and to share that with you. But then there's a third thing that released that we're not showing today, but we will show soon, is a new bundle that is coming out at an unknown time in the future. It's a punch bundle, and I even forgot what it's called. Do you remember? It's sitting in a box in the other room. I haven't even pulled it out to look at it yet, but it's a fantastic, really versatile multi-occasion stamp set, and a fun new label punch that is a really nice shape. So this bundle is in connection with World Card Making Day, which is coming up on Saturday, October 7th. It's always the first Saturday of October. And Stampin' Up! Is doing a free virtual event. We'll put links to the information in our video description so you can check that out. But definitely make sure that you join us. And we haven't talked about it, but last year we did a little stamp along featuring the same stamp sets that they did. And we called it a World Card Making Day after party. So, Mom, are we good to do that again?
Absolutely good to do that. Mine is on its way, my bundle, so I haven't gotten it yet, but I will be, and yeah, along
So
with
this bundle is available for everyone to order right now. It's not just for demonstrator pre-order. Everyone can order this. And so both the new designer paper that I'm going to show you and this bundle, you can find it in the online store if you look under what's new. That's the best place to find the newest releases, including a new Christmas card kit that also started last week on Wednesday. So we had a huge launch day, not only with the catalog, but the special release designer paper, this brand new bundle that's part of the World Card Making Day event, and a new kits collection card kit.
So are you not overwhelmed yet? Because we sure are.
I know, right? But I have to say we do recognize that some of the items from the mini catalog have sold out fairly quickly. There are things that are coming in as soon as next week. So if the thing that you're wanting is not available right now, just order the other things on your wish list because it'll be coming back in stock soon. There is nothing at this point in the catalog that is completely sold out and never coming back. And everything that's currently not available will be restocked at some point. If there's a specific product that you're wondering about and wondering if you should hold your order or wait, then just reach out to Mom or I, and we can help you plan your order. In many cases, I would suggest ordering the other items that you're wanting now and not waiting because you run the risk of then some other component of your order, not being available when the other component is. So I would say order what you can now, and just keep those other items on your wish list so then when they're back in stock, you can get them. There's still plenty. I think there's only like 6 or 7 items that are not available out of a catalog of like, I don't even know how many products, but like many, or over 100, right? So there's still a lot that is available. I don't want you to think that half the catalog is sold out. And like I said, it's all coming back. So
And it
no
really
worries.
isn't sold out. It's just not available to order
Yes.
now because more stock is coming into the warehouse. Julie, you're going to start with sharing this paper that,
Yes.
well, I'll let you just share it and tell why it hasn't been released yet and all that stuff. So
All right, so we've got this special release designer paper, and this is kind of a surprise. We weren't expecting it. There was not a demonstrator pre-order for this. And so I literally just opened mine up yesterday, last night when it came, and I was able to order it the same day everybody else. So special release designer paper. Stampin' Up actually said that they designed this originally for celebration. The last 2 years we've had celebration both in January and February during the regular time, but then also again in July and August. And this year they changed things up and they're not doing a second celebration, and partly because they found that it just wasn't increasing sales, so that was sort of the point of offering, free items, was to help, increase sales, but it wasn't really having any kind of impact. And so they decided to do different things. Like this year we had bonus days again instead of celebration, and the catalog also moved. So we've got these 5 designer papers that are being released as a special release. Technically, they are considered online exclusives because they're not pictured in any kind of catalog, and they are only available to see online. You can order them just like any of the online exclusives. You can order them on any kind of order type. You can order them over the phone. You can order them at an in-person event like Stamp Club. And these are limited edition while supplies last. So when they run out, they run out. They're not going to order more. And so if you really like something, we would suggest placing it on an order soon so that you don't miss out. It's possible, though, that some of this paper could last months, and something could sell out in a week. So we really don't know how long it's going to last, but if you really like something, make sure that you get it. I don't have a list of the item numbers, but we're going to put that all in the video description for you. Actually, I guess on the package, I can tell you. So this first one's called Tartan Foil. It's item number 162332. This is a gorgeous foil designer paper. And it comes in the colors of Pebbled Path, Lost Lagoon, and Copper Clay. You get 2 sheets each of each color, and they're double-sided. So you have a very kind of glossy and glossy foil one side, and the other side is white and also has a foil kind of finish. And I would say the back side is also sort of glossy, more not glossy. I guess the right word would be like coated. It is.
Yeah.
It's not matte like regular designer paper. So all the patterns are the same, the white with the foil on one side and then the solid monochromatic foil on that side. So this is the tartan foil, and we're actually both using this designer paper on our projects today. So you get to see a little bit of that in action. Now, a lot of these designer papers were designed to coordinate with stamps in the holiday catalog. Some of them are just more generic, which I think is the case with this one. It's called Shining Christmas. The item number is 162354. And this is another one that has sort of a glossy, I don't want to say glossy, coated kind of finish. And it also has some red foil in it. I'm not sure how well it's coming across. So we've got the other side is all matte, regular kind of texture on the designer paper, and it's all cherry cobbler and white patterns. And then the front side is white, mossy meadow, and cherry cobbler, and you have a little bit of the red foil. So the red is the foil, all the dots here and the stars. On the presents, the red foil is the bows, and then this one with the stripes. It's really a striking paper. Here we have the holly, and lastly, candy canes. So this one's called Shining Christmas. I think it's going to be one that I'm going to use a lot. I love the traditional colors. This one is called Delightful Floral. It's item number 162356. This coordinates with the translucent floral bundle that we used recently in our stamp along. And I think the colors are so beautiful in this designer paper. I see some Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, some shaded spruce, Calypso Coral. I'm trying to just think here. Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Pool Party, Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia. Oh yeah, so gorgeous. So on one side we've got that beautiful floral pattern on the other side, kind of that watercolor wash background. And then we've got the leaves with pretty peacock, some smaller flowers with calypso coral. I love these flowers. You can just cut those out and use them. Same with this one too. And bubble bath on the back, some more leaf pattern with a pool party on the back, and a smaller sort of plaid pattern with some lemon lime twist. Oh my gosh, that one's one of my favorites too. I just love that.
I haven't tried, but do some of the dyes with the translucent florals, would that be able to die cut out some of that paper?
I don't think so. I didn't get my dyes out either, but a lot of the flowers, the way they overlap, I just don't think that the dye would fit around it because it would be cutting into other things.
Right.
The only one that possibly could is this one, but I think again, like the dye is the flower and the leaf separately. So if you could die cut it, you would be die cutting it away from the other elements.
Right.
Because there's not like one dye to cut out that whole thing. So I don't think that the dyes would work, but
Okay.
it just coordinates really beautifully with that bundle.
Oh, it sure does. I was, on some of these, I thought, why isn't there paper to go with this? And now we have it.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, this one is really interesting. This is silver and gold 12 by 12 Glimmer paper, 162288. And what's interesting about this is that it is adhesive backed. Yes. So you don't need to have your adhesive sheet to put on the back of this glitter paper. It's built in. So it is sticky. So you can die cut a detailed image and the adhesive is already right in there. You get one sheet each of gold and silver. And it's not a very like flaky. It's a very flat glitter paper. It's pretty tight texture, really fine glitter, but nothing's gonna like flake off, which I have noticed with other papers in the past. So it is definitely I said nothing, but right there, one tiny little flake. Anyway, just gorgeous, very blingy, and I think is going to be a great addition to holiday crafting.
Yeah.
The last one is my least favorite. I'm just not a fan of the style, but it's called Traditions.
Love it.
Traditions of Saint Nick. It's item number 162355, and this one does have a coordinating bundle in the catalog. Let me open it up and show you really quick so we can take a look at that coordinating bundle. It is called St. Nicholas, and it's on page 11 of the mini catalog. So I want to show you the bundle, and then we'll take a look at the paper. So you can see we've got this line art imagery here of old St. Nicholas. May the Christmas season fill your home. We have the bag of toys and some drinks in the mailbox and the gingerbread and the candy cane. And so we see a lot of this imagery in the designer paper. Now this die set does have a couple dies, which I believe like the die for this stamp image will die cut this image from the designer paper. And same thing with this one. It looks like it's the same size and proportion. This one holding the presents will die cut that from the designer paper. So this is one that I think you will be able to use the dies to die cut those images. So traditional colors here, real red, mossy meadow, pecan pie, and we have just some really awesome images, both color and monochromatic. Look at that one with the living room scene. I think that's so beautiful. And then some holly and the little stockings. And then on the other side, oh, look at these. These look like tapestry, like wallpaper, that you would find in an old living room. I think these are just beautiful.
Shabby chic, baby.
Yeah, so this one is called, what did I say it was called? Traditions of Saint Nick. And all of these special release designer papers are available right now while supplies last. Again, they're limited edition. So if you see any that you like, make sure to add them to your next order so that you don't miss out on them. And yeah, I had something else I was going to say that just left my head. So
Yeah, they're beautiful. They really all are. I don't have a one favorite or one that I don't care for. I love them all. But I love paper. So
yes. Oh my goodness. Speaking of beautiful paper, let's show some projects with this gorgeous tartan foil paper. I think that one of all of them, it might be my favorite because I just dig those colors and I think they're so gorgeous, especially for fall. So I'm gonna flip the camera over so you can share your project, Mom, and show us how you're using that gorgeous new paper.
I sure will. All right, so here it is. I get to actually open it up to show you what we're doing today. And this week we are using Pick of the Patch. So it's a stamp set and a punch because I love punch bundles. And so it's on page 51 of the catalog. So you can get the bundle, you can get just the punch, you can get the stamp. Anyway, there's some cute samples here as well. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to start. Oh, let me show you this first. Here's the stamp set. Pick of the Patch. It has 22 stamps. So it's got like pumpkins and gourds. It's got a tree. You can leave it bare. You can put some leaves on it. You've got some leaves you could put on the ground for falling leaves. This raven, a jack-o'-lantern face, some leaves, some vines, and this little tiny stem and some dots over here, and then just some great sayings that are they're not just Halloween. There's the Pick of the Patch, a harvest of blessings, cutie pie, thanks so much. And I will confess to you right now, I have lost my little stem. It's very clear. I have searched my table. I can't find it anywhere because it's so little and it sticks to everything, right? So I've checked ink pads and I've checked everything. My next thing is I'm going to go upstairs and look at my clothes to see if the top I was wearing yesterday or my socks, stuck on there. Otherwise,
it's not stuck on the side of that little block, is it? Right there to your left?
This one? No.
On the side? No.
I checked all the sides of all
the light was playing funny and I was like, is that it? Do I see it?
Oh man, it would have been great if it was. Anyway, so that is the stamp set. It's photopolymer, which is why I lost the darn thing. And here's the punch. So 2 of the pumpkins, 1 of the leaves, and of course this stem. So that is the bundle. Now I'm not using the punch today because we're going to make a waterfall card. I haven't made one of these in years, literally. So we're going to start with our card base, which is crumb cake. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's our traditional, nothing changes with that. So I'm going to set this over here for the moment. I have a strip of 9 inches by 2 1/4. This is going to be our waterfall, and we're going to do some scoring on this and stamping on it. So I'll leave that here for now. We have this little piece of copper clay, which is 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And this is kind of going to be our anchor for the mechanism for this. So I'm going to put that over here. So as Julie said, we're both using this tartan. I'm using the copper clay tartan, and I'm using this side of it. It's 5. Oh, I got ink on that. 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So that's going to mat underneath our waterfall. So that's going to be there. And then I have some mossy meadow 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch squares, 4 of them. So you'll need 4 of those. And the very vanilla 2 inch by 2 inch squares, you're going to need 4 of those as well, because we're going to mat those together. My inside piece is very vanilla. It's 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and we'll do a little stamping on that as well. All right. So those are our measurements. So I'm going to take some of this stuff off here since we don't really need it right now. And we're going to bring in the paper trimmer for starters. And we're going to take our waterfall strip. This is our
That's your old paper trimmer.
You're right, it is. I have paper trimmers everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to do some scoring. So I'm going to get my trimmer blade out of the way. We're going to score this at 2 inches. 2 3/4. 3 1/2. And 4 1/4. All right. So I don't know if you can see the score lines on here.
Not really.
Okay. Well, we're done with that. We don't need this anymore. And just to kind of show you what we're going to do, this is going to fold this way. All right. So we're kind of folding it in half. And then, so I want, you really want crisp edges on this for folding. So I'm going to kind of get these started here so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to fold this over. Use my handy dandy bone folder, which is such an essential tool. Okay. All right. So when you're working with this is going to be at the bottom of a card. Okay. And one of the tips that I remember seeing, let me grab a pencil, is like where you're going to put your panels. So I'm actually, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if that will help you kind of figure out where you're at. And the other thing I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to punch with our tri punch. I want to punch a little hole here. I want to make sure I'm I want to make sure I'm in the middle. So I think that looks about right. All right. So I got my little hole here. We're done with that. So for the sake of time, because I really want to focus on the assembly of this, I have already stamped and adhered my 4 panels together. So with different pumpkins and vines. So that's what's going to go on here. So let's see. I want to do a little stamping on here first, though. So on here, I want to put a greeting. And the greeting is going to be the pick of the patch. And I'm going to put that like right about there, I think. And I'm going to use some Mossy Meadow ink for that. Now, I just re-inked this for this video too, because it was getting dry. And I'm going to replace mine. I don't know if you can see on camera. I've got a bunch of dimples and stuff on this. And I'm not sure how that happened.
I was just thinking, I wasn't going to say it out loud, but my Mossy Meadow is the color that gives me the most trouble with these ink issues. And I don't know exactly what it is. But I have the same problem. It feels like it doesn't stay inked, or even when you do ink it, it still doesn't ink evenly. I'm not really sure what to say about it.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right. So I'm using copper clay, kind of a non-traditional fall or pumpkin color, but they come in all different colors. All right. So I'm going to put this one maybe down here a bit. And this does dry lighter. And
Yeah.
I did use the trick of taking a spoon, Julie, and moving the ink. So yeah, that's still how it came out. All right, so let's now do, I got here. Oh, I don't need you yet. So I'm going to, since I lost my little stamp, I did just punch out of pecan pie some stems. So you could do that. I wonder if I want to do that. Otherwise, I just used the brush tip and I made one. And let's try this. Well, I may not like it, but actually, I should ask you, Julie, because it's your card.
Oh,
So
oh, the punch is fine. Yeah.
Before I put that on, though, I want to put some leaves. Actually, I'm just going to put one leaf. And I'm going to have it coming off here. And then I'm also going to grab a vine. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to replace this sucker. And so we're going to just have it coming here. What do you think, Julie? You want another vine on your card or just one?
I think just one.
Okay. All right, and then I'm going to take some dots. And I'm just going to put a few in this corner. I just think it gives it a little bit of character.
Yeah. Are you leaving your open ink pad off camera so I won't yell at you?
I'm going to use it again in just a minute. Because I thought while I have my ink open, I might as well do the inside piece.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know. And I'll let you. All right. So we're going to set that aside now. For the moment, grab our inside piece. All right. So I'm going to put a little jack-o'-lantern face on here.
Aw.
Because the pick of the patch has become the jack-o'-lantern.
Oh.
Ta-da!
I love it.
All right. So I'm going to get these out of the way because our stamping is now done. Put this away. Get out our card base. And we're going to go ahead and put our inside in.
Did you already say, is that crumb cake for the base?
It's crumb cake for the base. Yep. Put this guy in here like so. All right. Now we're going to work on our front. So we're going to start with our tartan paper. And I should point out that I had a ruler here. I'm not sure what happened to it. That we want to put this on here about 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to take my pencil and this ruler. Where did my pencil go? Here it is. I really should be doing this on grid paper, but that's all right. All right, so we want 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. I'm just going to put a little dot there. So here's one on this side. And we'll slide it over and do it on this side. I gotta find it. It's hard to see on this dark paper. Okay, so I just have 2 little tiny dots here. Glue this on here. All right, so I think we're good here. And now for this piece, you don't want to put adhesive all the way along the back. You just really want to put it on the very ends. So, and I would suggest using Tartan tape because this is going to hold the mechanism of the waterfall, if you will. So I'm going to remove my little tabs here.
You don't want to attach the other part first?
I probably should. Let's bring this out now. So decide where you want your pieces to be. So I am going to, let's see what I did here, because I like this one. All right, so this guy is going to be at the top, and then this guy is next, and then this guy, and then this guy. So I'm going to start with this one, and what we're going to do is we're going to just adhere it along here, right to that fold. And you want to make sure that you are covering the whole longer piece with it. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of seal here. Put this right up here.
Just under the fold or just?
Yeah, just to the fold there. Just,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I would be a teeny tiny bit under maybe, but okay. So then our next piece is going to go same thing. We're going to put it right up to the fold, and you want to make sure you're lining it up with the piece below it. And we'll take our number 2 piece, same thing, line it right up here. Oop, I got a little ink there. That's okay. And then our number 1 piece. Okay.
Other way.
Yes, it is. This way. So you're going to want your hole down here for your ribbon. Okay. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and put some ribbon on this. So what I haven't done this little bit with the ribbon in a while, but I'm going to grab about, we can always trim it, right? So I'm going to grab like, what is that, 6 inches maybe?
Probably 4.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this down here. And you have to be really careful because you don't want to do something that's going to tear your hole, because then you won't do your little mechanism thing. So I'm going to take some twine and kind of wrap it around here. I need a third.
And that looks like the copper clay ribbon from the annual catalog.
It most certainly is. Thank you, Julie. Copper clay ribbon is all the end colors have this nice ribbon, woven ribbon. See if I can get my fingers to work today. Okay. All right. So now we have this and we're ready to go.
Flip the other way.
Did it
There
again.
you go.
All right. So now what we're going to do
Come down to the center of your workspace.
Is that better?
Yep, a little farther down. Yeah, that's perfect.
I have a new phone stand, so that's why I'm playing. All right. So I'm going to.
Do you want to attach the waterfall piece to that piece before you put it in the card or not?
No. I was going to do it after. There we go. So it's just on the edges so that you have this open here, if you can see that. All right, so the next thing is, as Julie pointed out, it needs to be adhered to this. So you want to center this where you want it, right? And so you want your adhesive to be just here. So you don't want it to go past your vanilla. All right, so that's kind of where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of tear and tape. And it does, if it's short, it's okay. So I'm going to put this here. So I'm not going past my vanilla. All right, then you want to make sure that you are right where you want to be. So if you want to look, look at your top and bottom and your sides to make sure you're right where you want to be. I think that looks pretty good, huh?
Yep.
All right, so then you're just going to press this down. Bam.
So cool. Oh, I love the way that turns out.
Yeah, I just thought lots of pumpkins, lots of choices. Let's do a waterfall card. And then, of course, the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not quite done. I forgot about the bling. All
Well,
right.
it's lovely. I'm so excited.
So the bling I'm using on this card is the adhesive-backed solid gems. And I did
Ooh.
check, and these are not low inventory or anything. So I'm going to pull these out. These come in 3 colors, as you can see. The lemon lolly, vocal blue, and the copper clay.
Nice. These are perfect.
Aren't they?
I don't think I've used these yet.
I do like them. So I'm going to take some of the copper clay ones, and I'm going to start with one on this side.
And these are in the annual catalog, not in the
They're
mini catalog.
annual. That is correct. Annual catalog. This one's going to go here. And I've got a lot of white space up here. So I'm going to actually put some in this corner. Get a little bunch of little ones here. And one more little tiny one up here.
Those are teeny tiny. Move your card down just a little bit. You're creeping up to the top again. Aw.
So this is 5. So I'm still in my
Odd numbers.
odd numbers. Exactly. So I just thought it needed a little something. So there
I
it is.
love it.
That's my project, Julie. Are you ready to show us yours?
I am. I've got some samples to show first, so I will. Did you have some that you wanted to share?
They're across the table. I can always pull them out while you're doing your project.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with some swaps that I've received using this fun little stamp set. And this first one uses similar colors to what Mom was using. This is from Jennifer Cotton, and she's using the new oxidized copper designer paper. Some of the, oh, what is the name of that embossing folder? I've pulled it out to use it on my own project, and I just had a lapse. What is the name of it? Distressed tile. I couldn't think of that. Distressed tile embossing folder in the background. So gorgeous. This one using similar colors. This one's from Dawn Olszewski. She's used the All About Autumn designer paper with the pretty peacock and the copper. And then the take your pick or pick a punch. Yes, pick a punch tool, not pick a punch tool. The pick a punch punch. Is that what it's called?
I have to look it up.
Like the what is that one called? Isn't that a pick a punch?
I'll look for you.
I'm having all kinds of little brain farts. All right, anyway, new copper ribbon on this one. That's so pretty. Here's one that I made in another video. I used some of the decorative masks, Foursquare, from the annual catalog to create the background down here using sponge daubers. And then this one is the one that you gave to me that we shared in our Take Your Pick tool attachment with the tear apart bookmark card on there. So cute.
Oh,
And then here's an easel card that I received from Deb Snyder. So fun. I love these colors. Pretty, not pretty peacock, mossy meadow, pumpkin patch, a little I was gonna say it looks like so saffron, crushed curry, soft seafoam, wild wheat in the background there, and some new ribbon, the very vanilla and black. Check ribbon. Oh, my head. Cindy Bauman, I always mess this up. Cindy Bauman using new deckled circles and new embossing folder paired cherry patterns, which comes with circles and this wavy pattern on her card. So cute. I just love that cute little face on there. Not sure where those stamps came from. I don't think that they're in here, so they must be from another set. to make that cute little face in the pumpkin. So adorable. All right, well, I am going to do a little 3D project for you today. I wanted to mix it up and show something different. And so these are new nested treat boxes that are in the mini catalog, item number 162117. And you get 8 boxes in this package. And so there are 2 different pieces. There's the outside of the box, the sleeve, and then kind of the little drawer. So I'm going to show you how to put that together. And we're going to decorate a little treat box. Now in the catalog, this is shown, well, let me just show you in the catalog where it's shown. They kind of stack 4 of them together to create a little Christmas packaging. Let's see here. Nested boxes, page 41. So they have 4 boxes put together, and they kind of just have them decorated for Christmas here with the precious pine cones. And it definitely reminds me of like a little Christmas countdown calendar and an advent calendar. So you could put together 24 of them if you wanted to. You can make a larger box. You would need let's see, 3 packages because there's 8 boxes in each one. So you would need 3 packages if you wanted to do a Christmas countdown calendar, but you can also just use them individually like I'm going to do today. Now, these are stampable. So if you wanted to stamp on them, you want to do that while they're flat before you put it together. They're also coated on the other side and they are food safe. So I'm going to start with the outside. So this is a box. And what I love about these is that it has adhesive strips right on it. So you don't have to worry about any additional adhesive. You really can put these together pretty quickly. So I'm just going to take the tabs off and glue the sides together. The other thing that I really love about these boxes is they are very high quality, really thick, and they don't feel cheap at all. So you're going to feel really confident in creating these treat boxes for your dinner table or to give to your family, friends, and neighbors this fall and winter season. And really, these boxes are so perfect for any occasion. So I think you'll be using these throughout the year to make up fun little things. Now, if you wanted to, you could just do this by itself. You could also use this by itself. So if you did that, you could have, let's see, it would be 16 boxes instead of 8. But we're going to nest them together as they are designed, and I'll show you what that looks like here. It's kind of like a little drawer. Did you order any of these, Mom, with the mini catalog?
I did. So Julie, what was it you were trying to find or remember the name of? Was it the Take Your Pick tool?
No, the punch. A pick a punch?
Pick a punch.
Is that right from the annual catalog?
Looking. Metal Park, Ladybug, Very Best Trio. Dragonflies lasting label. Let me see it and let me see.
Yeah, the lasting label, pick a punch. Right? Pick a punch.
I don't see a pick a punch in here.
What does it say?
I'm looking on the wrong page for that.
What does it say under lasting label?
Da, 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 da. Banners, pick a punch. Happy label.
Yeah.
I was looking for, not the label-y kind, but never mind.
Oh. All right. So here's the little drawer, and these do nest in together and fit like this. So you can, if you wanted to, use those as 2 individual open-ended boxes to put treats in, or you can nest them together to create the little drawer. And these actually are quite big. I'm going to show you in my finished sample when we get that done. I was able to put 6 fun-sized candy bars in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they are quite big. In fact, if I get my ruler out, I can show you that the finished size box is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So it is quite a generous box for your treats. Even for an advent calendar, it's a pretty significant size if you're going to use it for that. All right, so let's do some decorating. I have a piece of that tartan foil designer paper. I'm using the Pebbled Path. And I think this is just so pretty. I'm just obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm going to use a little bit of adhesive to hold that down. I'm just going to kind of go right in the middle, I guess. And then I'm just going to take and kind of crease it as I go around the box, creasing as I go.
Did you say how long that strip was, honey?
Oh, it is 2 inches by 12 inches, just
Okay.
the size of the designer paper. So 2 inches wide. I think I said that, but 2 by 12. So it will come all the way back, and I'm just gonna glue it. Oh, it wasn't quite straight. Glue it onto itself. So it goes almost all the way back around there. Next, I want to bring in some ribbon, and I love this color, Lost Lagoon. This is actually from the annual catalog. It's part of the Inked Botanicals suite, and it's a nice size, little 1/4 inch ribbon with the Lost Lagoon. So you can find that in the annual catalog. We'll have the item numbers for you in the video description. And looking for my big scissors. I don't know where they went, so I'm gonna use the little ones. This is how I measure ribbon. I will wrap it around my project, and then I can tie my bow, leaving a little extra there. That way I don't cut too much, because sometimes, or not enough. I think that's maybe what happens more often, is that I cut ribbon and it's not long enough, and then I have to cut another one, and then it just feels wasteful. So I am just gonna tie a bow like that.
Very nice.
And I'm gonna get out the good scissors for the
Mm.
for the edges there. Okay. Ta-da! That's it. That's my project. I'm just kidding. We're gonna stamp them. We're gonna stamp some things. First of all, I'm gonna make a tag for the top using the new modern label punch. Oh my gosh, I just love this. I think it's a great alternative to a circle. I love the size. It's about 2¼ inch long here. Actually, let me get my ruler out and double check that. That was just a guess, but I feel pretty confident in that guess. It's more like 2 3/8 inch, and then it is 1 3/4 inch wide. So a really great size, and I think I'm going to just use it a whole bunch. So on the tag, I'm going to stamp Happy Halloween and our little crow. So I'm going to start with the Happy Halloween in copper clay, using the same colors you are, Mom. And in the pebbled path, our little cute little crow. Really a simple tag. I want to attach it to the ribbon, and my very favorite way to do this is to add like a little punch here. Like you use the trio punch for yours, but I am gonna just use that pumpkin, and I'm gonna punch just the stem and create my little hole there. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. I'm then going to slice a line so that it will fit around the ribbon. So the line that I sliced will help me fit it around the ribbon. So now it kind of just tucks on there.
Nice.
You can also do that with a hole punch and then cut a
Yeah.
little slit, but that way it gives the tag a little oomph. For the front of the box, we're gonna add a little rectangle here, and I'm using some Lost Lagoon cardstock. Thank you for the suggestion. I did decide to emboss it using that new Distressed Tile embossing folder. That one's part of the All About Autumn suite, and this is about 2¼ by 1 3/4 inches. And then we're going to stamp some pumpkins on top. And I wanted to show you a little trick, because the punch does have the 2 pumpkins, sort of the medium and the large one. There are several pumpkins in the stamp set here. It is these 2 that fit the punch, and the other ones, the gourd and the other pumpkins, you would have to fussy cut or just stamp. So I'm using both of those 2 biggest pumpkins, and you can fit them on the stamp so that they are stamping and punching at the same time, which just helps you conserve paper. So I just wanted to show you a little trick for doing that. So I'm going to take them off and show you how to put them on. So first I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to punch it out. And then I can use this as a guide to put my stamps on the block so that they'll line up with the punch. So I'm going to just put that down on my desk, and then I'm turning the stamp so that the stamp image is face down, which is exactly how it would be on the block. And when it's stamped that way, then it'll punch that way. So then I'll take my block and I'll put it on top of the stamps, and I have stamps that will line up with the punch.
Voila.
Voila! So let's give that a try. I'm going to use the copper clay ink and stamp that. And then use the punch to punch them out. Boop. Easy peasy. And like you said, it does dry a lot lighter than it looks right now. It's still a pretty fresh and juicy ink pad. I'm also going to take a little strip and we're going to stamp in the Lost Lagoon. We're going to do a leaf and 2 stems. I wish that I had an extra stamp, or I mean, an extra stamp that I could send Mom. I'm so sad that you lost your stem.
Oh. Oh well.
All right, I'm going to start with that leaf. And I like to use a little skinny strip like this one because then I feel like I'm not wasting,
Yeah.
all of the cardstock because that leaf is there at the bottom. We'll get a stem and move it over and get the other stem. Okay. So I've got pumpkins, I've got stems, I've got a leaf, I have an embossed piece. But because I used Halloween, I want to add a little jack-o'-lantern face. And I'm using Pebbled Path, which is the same ink color. Now, again, it will also dry a little bit light, so black might be a better option, but since I'm already using Pebbled Path, I thought I would just use that. For my pumpkins, I'm going to put each one on a Stampin' Dimensional. I think I'll actually use 2 Stampin' Dimensionals on the larger one. And I'm just going to use 1 on the smaller one because it's going to hang over. This part will overlap the big pumpkin. And for the other pieces, I like glue dots. I think they are such a good way to add these small little embellishments to your project. So I'm going to do a glue dot under the stem and a glue dot under the leaves. And those can just slide right in.
Oh, cute.
These pumpkins are looking so dark, but I swear they do lighten. I'll show you my finished sample, which I've put the candy in.
Aw, Julie, that's so sweet.
Thank you. It's kind of simple, but I just love the way it brings those colors together. So here's the finished sample, which looks pretty much identical. Except you can see the lighter, the way that lightens up a bit there. And then, so I sent 6 fun-sized Milky Ways. I sent Jim to the store and I thought, oh, Milky Ways, the coloring kind of reminded me of the coloring of the packaging. So 6 fun-sized Milky Ways will fit in here, or whatever kind of treat that you want. I think it would be really cute to put in like some popcorn or some trail mix, and it's big enough that you can put in something like popcorn, and just like a little mini bag of it, or some cookies or something like that. Such a cute way to package up a treat for Halloween, or if you want to substitute out the sentiment, any kind of fall occasion, Thanksgiving, or a little birthday, or just thinking of you kind of treat box.
Yeah, very sweet.
Well, let's look around the camera and we will show off our projects together. Oh, wait, you have some more projects?
I just one actually, which I probably already showed. You could just, if you want to just flip the camera real quick. So this is one we did at a team meeting.
Oh,
when I first got it. So I just stamped a row of pumpkins in different colors. This one's up on a dimensional. I stamped some falling leaves off the tree, added the crow, threw some of the speckled dots, which unfortunately are not available to order right now, with a happy Halloween. So that was just a team make and take project that we did. So yeah, that's it.
oh, I love this bundle. Pick of the patch. It's so fun with the punch. And we were talking about inventory issues earlier. Sometimes punches sell out really fast, sometimes they don't. But I would say if the pick of the punch bundle is something that you pick of the patch punch bundle is something that is on your list that you're thinking about it, I would recommend getting it sooner
Yeah.
rather than later because typically when punches do sell out, they take a little while to come back in stock. So it's possible that if it does sell out, which I'm not saying that it will, I'm just saying if it does, it's possible that you might have to wait a little bit longer for it to come back. So I always try to prioritize my punch. My punch items and my dies because those are the items that take longer to come in. The designer paper, a lot of that comes in pretty quickly when it does go, unavailable for a little while. So just something to keep in mind as you are prioritizing your orders and shopping from the new mini catalog. I can't wait to keep digging into all this new mini catalog stuff. We're going to keep an eye on the inventory list and try to time our videos so that we're not showing you stuff that you can't order yet. Or that you can't order currently. But if there's something in particular that you would like to see us share from the mini catalog, please leave a comment and let us know so we can add it to our list of things to show you.
I think we're done. I think we've kept these good people long enough to.
Yes, I think so too.
So until next Sunday stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful week, everybody. And thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye, Mom. Love you.
Bye, Julie. Love you too.